Hey, it's time for WeeaBoots. Are you ready? Here we go. Hello and welcome to another episode of WeeaBoots, the anime review podcast from Gigaboots.com. I'm Dan Video Games, and with me is Bob.
Hey guys, I got a bit of a cold, so hopefully I don't sound too bad.
I think you sound alright. And Hail Zeon.
I don't have a cold, but I'll still probably sound like shit.
From Hail Zeon. And welcome! This week we're reviewing an anime.
Well, no way!
What the fuck?
Get me out of here!
Did you share the... Oh, he did share the document.
Oh, wow.
I forgot to bring my phone, though, so I might need to...
God damn it, Bob, you're such a fucking
We'll just all read off of my iPhone 5S. It's not like you're staring at the back of it because that's how phones work. / this mic positioning. Okay, Bob's sneaking over there. No one noticed he's missing. Hey, is he on?
Hey, Dan.
How's it going?
Just wait for the Bob to get back. Oh, the Bob is back.
Bob's back.
Yay. So, this anime.
So, this anime's name is not written here.
That's weird. I said the title.
It's the title of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, one moment.
God damn it. We are so professional.
We are.
Yes.
Akashic record of what?
I believe it's Akashic records of magical bastard instructor. Did I get those words in the right order? I know it ends with instructor.
I love Tyrant Bob.
It's so terrible.
It says here Akashic records of bastard magical instructor.
Okay.
So not magical bastard instructor.
So my app is being awful, and every time I click it, it turns into a different WeeaBoot document.
I want to see that. I want to see that happen. That's awesome.
Wow, Bob, you really fucked up your phone.
The future's a beautiful place.
Where nothing goddamn works.
Yeah. And everything costs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Zeon.
Hey, Dan.
How many episodes did you watch?
I watched 4.
And was it sub or dub?
I watched it dubbed because I'm a pleb.
Yeah, we all watched 4 episodes dubbed. But Bob watched episodes subbed as well, right?
Yes, I watched 4 episodes, both subbed and dubbed.
Ooh,
Whoa.
you classy bastard.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
what
going
we
to pull
call-
this up anymore.
That's what...
It has killed that document by turning it into anime and Netflix.
Let me see if I can share it with you. Nope, says you own it. Can't share it with you. Sorry, Bob. Well, I guess I can read it. Hey guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just have names for the director
All right,
and
I
the
finally
original.
found it.
Oh, hey.
All right.
I just have names for the director and the original creator.
They both didn't do anything else. This is like the first project on both parts.
What?
Weird.
Yes.
Alright.
I didn't just use Anime News Network either. I tried just searching their names on Google and couldn't find anything else.
I mean, I'm not surprised because this feels like some dude's very first light novel.
Hey, spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
So the director is Minato Kazuto, and the original creator is Taro Hitsuchi.
Hitsui.
No, that's
no,
a J.
that's a J.
Oh.
I'm not inventing
Okay.
a J. Jeez, Jay.
You can't invent me, Dan! I've been here the whole time!
Fucking original! Do you think anyone out there watches a video and they're like, this is fucking Hail Zeon style?
No, I don't think so. But maybe I'm wrong and dumb.
Maybe they're
I
watching.
don't know.
Like,
I mean, I have yet to say any racial slurs on this podcast, regardless of what you want to say about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, maybe our dedicated listeners could pull up a soundbite because I don't remember doing
Can you
it.
solve the mystery?
I don't actually listen to this fucking podcast. I can't be held responsible for the shit I say.
Did Hail Zeon say a racial slur? Only you can find out. Listen to every episode of WeeaBoots ever and let us know. With timestamp and everything. Because if you just point at the video and go, he said it somewhere here, we're not taking that bait. Fuck you.
Yeah.
In any case, anime production was done by Leiden Studios, Liden.
Damn,
Or
Leiden
sorry,
Films.
Sorry, Leiden Films, who did a great list here. Let's go over it.
Oh no, I already see fucking Arslan.
The Heroic Legend of Harslan, the TV series. Miss Monochrome, the TV series, and Poco's Udon World.
Which that one actually looks nice. The other two don't.
No, they don't. Miss Monochrome doesn't even try.
Yeah, no, Miss Monochrome's like a joke on that.
What the fuck is Miss Monochrome?
For some reason, I thought we did that on WeeaBoots, but no, I watched that, I guess. Bob was like, hey, you should watch this.
It's this weird comedy about a
girl who's like only monochromatic.
What are they called?
Idol.
Net idol, but
Yeah.
like Miku.
Oh, she's a Vocaloid.
So
Yeah, the Vocaloid.
idol. And she's supposed to be famous and amazing, but instead she ends up working at like a gas station or whatever.
Yeah, trying to build up her repertoire and fame by starting low.
And that came out a while ago before that really became a trope. I feel like a few things have revisited that idea.
I say that this show at least looks better than Arslan.
I don't remember Arslan well enough to make that call.
I remember that looked really bad, but this is less ambitious. Like there's very few environments.
Yeah, it's just I feel the character designs in Arslan just didn't translate well, and it was off model frequently and just kind of ugly.
Yep.
Yeah. Like also like the action sequences didn't have a whole lot going on, and then there was the hideous fucking CGI.
But let's go ahead and talk about Akashic records of magical instructor. Wait.
The Bastard Man.
Let's talk about Akashic Bastard Man.
Sounds about right.
How would you describe the plot of this anime, Hail Zeon?
It is about a guy who wants to be a mage of justice, and he apparently was a mage of justice at some point, but now he's like a slacker teacher to these students who really care about magic, but he claims to not give a shit about magic, but he actually does give a shit about magic. So now he's teaching them magic seriously, even though at the beginning he wasn't teaching them magic seriously. And the characters are fairly inconsistent.
I would say the second half of that is a pretty good description, and the first half is really bad.
Wait, which was the bad?
Because it's not implied at any point that he was a mage of justice. It's just implied he killed, and one day he was hoping to be a good guy.
Well, yeah, he basically goes like the Kenshin Himura route for magicians.
What? This is like Kenshin? I love Kenshin.
No, Dan, it's not like Kenshin.
Oh my god, Kenshin's like one of the best animes ever. I'm just going to represent our anime high school club, or high school anime club. Anime high school club? I don't even know what that would be.
But, it's a new genre of anime.
I'm going to represent 2005's high school anime club forever. I'm just going to keep saying that those are the best things.
So,
you know what's a mind-blowing anime?
What's that?
Akira. Whoa. It's real mind-blowing. It's like,
I hear it's really good.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
So,
is this also the best anime?
Yes,
Akashic
this
record?
is also the best anime because it's like Kenshin.
Like every magical school anime, it's the best anime. I see him twice a month. I love them every time.
Yeah, this is a very prolific genre of just like magical combat schools. No, like the combat seems to not really be a thing. Like they do combative things, but that's not like the focus. But like it is like another magical school anime.
I give it props for one thing. They aren't fighting some mysterious force that only they can fight by going to magic school.
Yet.
True. I guess that could change.
I mean, they were fighting magical terrorists by episode 2.
Right, but those are people. Those are people with magic powers. Those aren't like some unearthly force that's unstoppable and they need to stop.
The thing is, though, like I feel like the series is going to eventually lead to the magic tournament where the characters are going to have to compete against one another, then to like test their magical skills against one another in a test of skill that will have no stakes. Just a prediction. I don't know. I might be completely wrong, or I might be completely spot on because that's exactly what these genres tend to do.
Yeah. So it isn't BlazBlue.
Right,
you make a good point.
It's far less interesting because of that not being BlazBlue.
It's not plot soup. I'll give you that. So basically, as Halcyon was talking about, we got the main character who is aloof, disenchanted with the whole being a teacher thing because he's a substitute teacher. And then it's slowly revealed that he has a history where he was a mage killer, and now he's trying to help teach these kids. And so he's grown attached to them, so he's really going to teach them. But really, by the time you hit episode 4, he's just teaching them because he needs some extra money. But he cares about them. But he's doing it for money. But he cares about them.
The point with which he starts caring is super weird and vague.
Yeah, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Also, Mage Killer would be a great name for a progressive rock band.
In Japan.
Yes.
My new rock band, Tonberry.
Because we have one hit.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out tonight. That was the only song. There's a reason this was $2.
We got you.
We got you, you little bitches. Yeah, I think the moment that change was supposed to occur in the story was when he was like, agriculture's great. It gives us food. Medicine is super great. It heals people. What does magic do? Magic's just for a bunch of 1%ers.
Then magic heals people.
Wait. We'll get to that in a second. We'll debate that in a second because that's its own whole can of worms. Mm-hmm. But then he's like, you know what magic is good at? It's good at killing. Some chick's like, no, and he's like, no, really, it's fucking great at killing. And she's like, no. And then later her friend is like, I want to make magic great again. And he's like, fuck yeah, I'd vote for you, kid. And that's...
We're going to build a wall to keep all the brown magicians out.
No, all the brown non-magic people.
Oh, okay.
Oh. This is even more classist, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like, oh, they're going for a classist thing here. And that sort of fell away completely. Like that one moment of talking about it, like magic's useless aside from killing. It just helps you feel like you're enlightened and woke as shit, but really it's just dumb, and you're dumb, and everything's dumb. Yeah, and I was like, okay, anime, I like this. Go down this road, and it's like, ha, psych, nope.
I actually care a lot.
Yeah, like
God damn it!
Like it definitely felt like it was gonna set itself up to like do like mix like some commentary and do some allegory, and then. Nope. Then magic terrorists show up, and like that like the whole concept of that allegory, or there being any kind of conflict between the students and the teacher about their ideologies on magic,
or just working counter genre at all.
Yeah, no, there's none of that.
Like,
nope.
Like I was really like kind of upset at the first episode because I was like, I like this. I genuinely enjoyed this. This was too good for what this, because like I wanted us to do this anime because I thought it was gonna be utter fucking trash. Like you look at that fucking screen cap, like the artwork for it. It's just, you see those schoolgirl outfits. They're super tight. They got this weird little vesting, this little tiny short skirt. They got little suspenders, like leading up to their pantyhose, and there's little suspenders like on their bare midriffs. And I was like, those are the female student.
This can't not be trash.
Yeah, it's a light novel adaptation. You look at this and you go, this is going to be absolute garbage. So when it starts off and it's like, okay, you're info dumping some bullshit lore on me. You got these really shitty characters you're introduced, and I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I'm expecting, and I'm expecting to go full tilt into garbage, and I'm looking forward to it because I'm expecting it to be fucking hilarious and it's so bad.
Right.
And then you introduce this main character who's a legitimately funny as fuck. Like, everything he does is just so great in that first episode.
Yeah.
And then, like, the first half of the second episode, that still kind of carries over.
Yeah.
And then, by the second half of the second episode...
It's a completely different anime.
Yeah, it completely shifts gears. It feels completely different. It's not, like, funny or creative at all.
It's like you walk into a museum, right? Mm-hmm. And there's this guy there, and he's got this box next to him, and it's sitting on a pedestal, right? Mm-hmm. A really thin thing. Like, think a little table you'd stick next to a sofa to keep a book on or something like that, right? He's standing next to us. There's a cardboard box on top of it. And he's like, hey, I'm thinking outside of the box. And you're like, okay, I get it. That's a bit of a statement. And then in the middle of you saying that sentence, he starts crawling onto the box, no matter how structurally flimsy the fucking table is. And you're like, what do you do? What do you do? And then it collapses, and he's in the box, and he looks back up to you, and he goes, whoa. That's this anime. I just, at the beginning, I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, you were just traveling very safely down this road, and now it's just gonna subvert the genre. And then by the end of 2, like halfway through 2, you're like, okay, this isn't really doing it for me. And the end of 1 kind of was worrying. And then by the end of 2, you're certain. You're like,
it's like, oh, this is exactly what I thought you were going to be.
Well, not exactly. There isn't enough ass.
Yeah. I mean, it's not smutty enough, except for that. Okay.
Spoilers for the first 4 episodes, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So it definitely has like its fan service, like freaking White Cat, that's all I'm gonna refer to her as because that's what main dude refers to her as.
That's her nickname.
Yeah, like she gets extremely gropey on blonde girl, and that never comes up again. That's like one of the weird things about this anime is that like they give characters a character trait, and then that character trait doesn't come back up. Like
well, I mean, they couldn't approach that. She was being raped in the 2nd episode.
Right? God.
The terrorist leader literally rapes one of the chicks because he knows it will totally fucking break her.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm like...
Almost rapes. Like, tries to.
Yeah. He goes for it.
He molests.
Yeah.
On the way to Rape Town.
Yes.
But he doesn't get to Rape Town.
He doesn't. Because then it'd be another anime.
Yeah. And that scene exists solely to have main dude walk in on it and then save her, and then they kind of like share a moment, and it's...
I don't know. I was kind of okay with that turn, and then when the main teacher comes in, sees them on top of each other, and he's like, "Oh, you need room, you need space. Okay, I'll leave." And she's like, "I'm getting raped."
Yeah, that was
kind of funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And then it just completely takes a dive.
Right. Once in a while, they manage to pull one good joke, and
like like the show remembers what it started off as.
Kind of. Occasionally, the joke writing seems to be lazy as fuck by episode 4 for sure.
Yeah. Oh god. Like I was so zoning out on that 4th episode, and that's pretty bad because we were watching it dubbed. So it's not like I had to like read subtitles or anything. I was getting bored with that, or I was just missing lines of dialogue. No, like I was sitting there watching, just like, Jesus Christ, just fucking end already.
So let me break it down real quick. First episode, as we said, works kind of counter to the genre, and then it has a weak ending where it's just like, oh, you're not doing anything neat with this. It's just supposed to be hilarious that he sucks. Episode 2, terrorist attack.
Makes sense by the second episode.
Right? Oh my god, yeah.
So episode 2, terrorist attack, and then episode 3, resolving terrorist attack still. Episode 4, high school competition.
Yeah.
Episode 3
it goes full tilt into generic fucking uninspired garbage.
It's like, I will be taking permanent residence in this box. Will you be needing me to pay rent?
I feel like the dub does help a good bit, like the main character's voice. I didn't laugh at all during the first watch through subtitled, and I think that he delivered them pretty well when for the English dub.
Yeah,
and that helped.
Yeah, okay. I did laugh at the frog popping out of his mouth.
Yes,
that was a legitimately funny like visual gag where he's just like acting all suave and cool, and then just a frog just right out of his fucking mouth. Like that was a legitimately good visual gag.
Was paced well.
Yeah,
like you could do that same joke and not pace it well, and it would suck.
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, I'm sure I've seen that.
Probably later in the same anime.
Yeah, like honestly, like for as shitty as the writing is, I do feel like it has like good timing and framing of shots. It's just fairly well put together. It's just what's put together is still kind of garbage.
So here's the thing that scares me. As I said, episode 1 I liked a good bit. Episode 2 was okay-ish, and then it started taking a nosedive. Episode 3, terrorist thing gets resolved. I kind of was okay with the universe. I was like, okay, I don't hate the universe this is in by the end of episode 3. That's better than a lot of animes we watched. Then episode 4 is a high school competition. I'm like, this could be worse. Like, school competition episodes, that is a low bar. And you can do way worse than that episode was. I'm not saying it was great. I'm not even saying I would describe it as good. But it didn't make me turn off I might still watch the rest of that anime. So what I'm getting at is so far. Weirdly enough, this may be my favorite anime this season. My God, we need to watch more shit.
God damn.
Dude, fucking look at what we've been watching. I didn't like Sakura Quest, which is what you guys liked.
Yeah.
What else should I have liked so far?
Yeah, because Sakura Quest is the only thing I've liked. And even though I like Sakura Quest, I don't love Sakura Quest.
Bob?
I would sooner go back to, what was that first one that was awful? But I know that's my own trash taste.
Is that, what, Love Tyrant?
Yes, Love Tyrant. And I did go back to
Love Tyrant. Yeah, and of course I said this in that episode too. So if you want the fresh hot take from Dan, go listen to that. But I feel like that last episode we watched was actually quite funny. Like it was funnier than most. Because of the weird, yeah.
Oh yeah. That was
just because of that fucking weird,
the demon,
the
penguin.
The
demon. You want to know?
That was so good.
Yeah, but the last episode I watched was so fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the penguin episode.
Yeah,
but
no.
See, I don't know. I'm looking at things we reviewed.
And the one from last week, it's
What the fuck did we watch last week? I already forgot.
World End.
Oh, World End.
What would you do at the end of the world?
Yeah.
Would you like? Would you subscribe?
God, I just fucking light novel anime. It's like because I always hear like this thing like, oh man, light novel anime adaptations are always kind of garbage. You know, they're usually going to be garbage. Like,
oh, it's not the adaptation.
It's just it's like the light novels. You know, they're in that weird kind of formulaic funk. It's basically when Twilight took off and then everything became a bit supernatural. Yeah, like everything became about you shitty romance between like a normal girl and like some sort of supernatural creature, or sometimes you make I think there's like one or two where they made the girl supernatural and like the guy normal.
I'm hoping that my girlfriend isn't listening to this. Most youth novels blow dick.
Yeah,
they are the worst part of anime. But without the visual, interesting aesthetic design or anything else, it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, like the thing that frustrates the fuck out of me is that like very, very recently. Because I recently moved. I didn't have internet, so I was like, I opened up a random box of anime, and the first thing that was sitting on top was Slayers. And I was like, I haven't watched Slayers in a few years. Popped it in. That is still a good anime. Like the animation doesn't hold up. It's definitely
it never did.
It was never particularly great, even for its time. But like the writing is great. The characters are great. The setting is great. It feels like it has this great, rich lore to it. Mm-hmm. This intricate world building.
Yeah, just like Lost Universe. It's the same universe. What do you?
It is technically
exactly, which is why they're both equally good. And I will tie the anchor that is Lost Universe to Slayers for the rest of time.
But like Slayers was genuinely funny.
Why is he specifying Slayers?
Because
they're both genuinely.
There's nothing genuine about the humor in that.
I am going to punch you in the kidneys until you piss blood, you piece of shit.
Like Lost Universe is a great anime. It's a hidden gem.
And Dan is a dog rapist.
I would go back to this anime before World End, because World End is BlazBlue, and I've played that game.
Yeah, World End was...
That's kind of my problem with that. In that last episode of World End that we watched, the fourth episode was terrible.
It was.
That is some of the worst really anime I've ever watched.
Oh my god, I'm finally starting to remember World End and how much I hated it. Oh my god. Because I'm sitting there trying to, I completely blanked on that series. I've already flushed out of my brain, and now I'm remembering why I hated it.
I understand. You don't have to explain that to me.
Oh my god.
WeeaBoots makes us go through a lot of anime in a very weird method.
Oh my god, that anime was really shitty. And this one was... At least this one had a great first episode. Like, it wasn't great, maybe a little overextending it. It had a great, main character that led to a lot of really good scenes, a lot of legitimately great scenes.
I would say, aside from the ending, the first episode was just, you could say great and be fine. I would recommend it to people.
Yeah, I guess it's fine enough.
But let's talk visuals. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about the visuals?
It's alright. The animation is fluid enough, I think. I think the characters stayed on model enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just does everything enough. It kind of falls into that same realm that I think Sakura Quest does, where it's like, It looks nice. I mean, like, for what it's supposed to be.
Bob?
I feel like it doesn't get up to like the Sakura Quest level even. Everything just seems okay at best.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, personally, I don't really like the design.
I hate the fucking...
I'm
gonna say this. I hate the fucking character designs themselves. I think it is the most generic looking, bottom fucking bargain bin garbage.
Is it better or worse than World End?
I'm going to say it is worse than
As
World
they fight
End.
to the death in a mud pit.
Right.
That's about how
Those
classy
character
it is.
designs are just so great in most of them, guys.
I will say World End had the better designs only because they looked a bit cleaner, a little bit like more detailed and nice looking.
Yeah.
Where this just looks really bland. It looks really just...
One thing that really bugs me about the school outfits, the girls have really elaborate right gloves, and we see in the first episode, oh, they can show that at people to duel them.
Guys don't have those gloves, do
I
they?
immediately looked at the guys. I was like, the guys don't even wear gloves. That's just weird.
Men can't duel.
Well,
It's
no,
a
that
sexist
like
society.
whenever a man challenges someone to it, they slap them with their penis.
Oh,
You have to read the light novel.
We didn't get that far.
If you had done your homework like I did, you would have known that that there's a whole chapter about like the lore, and one of the things that they specifically state is that men pull their dicks out to slap each other. And that's how they do. They usually have to like get on a high surface, like a stool or something.
Oh,
so that
they
way-
slap it in the face.
Yes.
It's not like
It's
not
because-
like wake away.
Not that-
Yeah,
no,
no,
we're not clap off with each other.
No. Like I mean, like because if they did
Be
it,
a
like,
gentleman.
because if they did it without like getting themselves elevated, they'd be like slapping their dick against their butt or against the other guy's dick, and that's just gay. That is just ridiculously gay, which is why you have to slap them in the face because that's
There's
less gay.
nothing gay about that. Nothing.
No, because that is a formal challenge.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
All right. I see.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, the visuals didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably the weakest one. I think it's better animated than Love Tyrant.
I was about to say, come on, man,
But-
Love Tyrant looked like fucking garbage.
But
Oh,
Love Tyrant,
Love Tyrant.
again, it
hilariously
occupies
looked like garbage.
that way of just it is trash and it knows it. Whereas this doesn't feel like
I mean,
it should.
Love Tyrant was animated by the 3-minute anime studios.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
mean, technically, this one was animated by some guys who've done some 12-minute anime. So.
yeah, 12 is far more impressive.
I will say, at least it looks better than Arslan. So there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like we were
because
saying
as
earlier.
you were saying, because of scope,
Right.
like due to scope levitation, which I appreciate. I appreciate when you don't
Yeah, you don't-
outscope your budget.
Right? There's no way this could have maintained a battlefield. That would have
Right.
been the ugliest battlefield ever.
It would have been ours, little.
Oh, so something that bugged the shit out of me about this show is the main character, the teacher.
Yeah,
He's not a bastard. At best, he's like a shitlord.
yeah.
Like because like a
You
bastard.
checked for his dad.
Yeah, we don't know anything about his parental
His
parental
dad,
situation.
geez.
Well, no,
Oh,
because they keep calling him a bastard. Like very specifically, like that one
Yeah,
student
maybe
calls
it came
him.
up and they haven't revealed that to the audience yet. Maybe there's.
Okay, so
You know.
maybe he's like a legitimate bastard.
It's just like colors. In Japan, they have a different scale for bastard.
Yeah, like I'm curious what the hell the word like if they just have like a different word than we do, because
I
like you because he gets called a bastard a few
Yeah,
different times.
they use the word that we generally translate as bastard, but like with all of these things, there's a different weight in Japan to that sort of thing.
yeah
Right.
yeah because like usually for like a bastard like it's just someone who's like a prick, like there's just
Are
there's
we
someone-
going to debate the weight of obscenities on here? Because let me
Right.
tell
Yes.
you, I'm ready to bring in motherfucker.
Yeah, well I mean it's
Are we
usually-
importing British things like cunt?
it's someone who's like a jerk, does
A wanker?
shitty things,
We could be here all night.
Yeah, I'm trying to use actually descriptions, but just someone who is just like a terrible person overall.
Yeah.
Something that you usually describe as a bastard. It's like, oh god, that guy's such a bastard. Like
Well, he
usually
did want
cruel
them
or
to
stand-up.
completely flunk in their adult life because he didn't feel like teaching them.
Right.
It's a pretty bastard move.
Yeah, I just feel like he's more of like just this kind of like a lazy fuck off.
Yeah,
And-
he's a piece of shit.
yeah, which is why I'm like, that's why I'm just
Akashic Records, a magical instructor piece of shit.
yeah, like honestly, this whole time I was just like, if they just translate that as Shitlord, I would have liked this a bit more.
mean-
Could you imagine just like, you know, like Shitlord Magical Instructor would have made a better title. If other characters in the show just kept calling him a Shitlord, I think that would have been hilarious.
I feel like that term isn't used that much outside of our friends group.
And like, dude, fucking, if they start doing that, then they would have to change the localized name of every anime, and then it would be Edgelord Online instead of Sword Art Online.
And of course, our main protagonist, he is the best at everything ever, even though he acts like he's not.
He's not. He's really bad at incantations.
Right.
It takes forever.
Well, see, that's not true, because like then he shows that he can do it like in a single word that isn't even part of the incantation.
Yeah.
So
they completely just backpedal.
I mean, they have him get beat up pretty bad by those random mages that they're terrorists.
But those are like mages that are using military grade magic, as they state.
It's true. They do make a point of, oh man, these are the worst bad mages.
Yeah. And like, I mean, like
These
our
are the bad
hero,
mages. You know,
like our
the
hero.
bad kind.
Our hero is a fucking mage killer. We would assume he's probably some sort of like war hero or some shit, like the way they friggin' present him.
Or war criminal. Far more likely.
So yeah, like I mean, he's clearly capable of just slaughtering shit tons of powerful wizards or mages or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he's so we find out like, oh man, he's super powerful, but then like he's shown to just, you know, in the first episode be completely fucking incompetent. And even in the beginning of the second episode, he's still shown to be incompetent. But then he starts doing like, oh, if you fuck up incantations, you can do, and I thought that's what they were gonna go with him,
Right.
is that like, oh well,
something
if you fuck
that
up,
delivers on that like a Chekhov's gun. But
Yeah.
no, instead they're like, he can't do it fast enough, just like in the first episode. This smells of a rewrite.
yeah,
Where,
and then,
you know, they rewrote some part of it to be like, see, he's competent.
Right.
And then completely fucked it up.
yeah, like
it's so weird. Like the combat in this is so bad because they keep doing stuff like that. Like,
Yep.
there's a scene in episode 2. Where is that 3? I guess it's 3. Yeah, it's 3.
It's 3.
Where he
with the
like
girl?
texts with the girl like, "Hey, do you have enough magic to dispel this spell?"
She's like, no, Ugu.
And then she dispels it
yeah,
Yeah.
using her magic.
yeah, she like
No, that's not. You're shortchanging how fucking weird it was.
Okay.
He goes, okay, then get out of here. And he shoves her off, right?
Right.
And then she's like, she lands in the bushes, like floors below. The battle continues. He gets fucked up. And then she's up there next to him without you having seen her moved at all from down there. And she's like, okay. And then she dispels it. And then it's like, wait, how does that? And then they do the scene where they think they explained it, but they don't.
yeah, no,
They're like, I didn't know if you would get my plan. And the audience is like, we don't get what just happened. Care to explain it?
yeah, that was dumb. Like,
Yeah, no, it's terrible at writing combat. It should stop. It should just be comedy.
Right.
yeah, if this show were just a comedy series, if it were just like kind of this slice of life magical school series, fuck trying to be serious.
Yeah.
Fuck trying to be all grimdark and edgelordy and all that bullshit, and just be about this kind of cool, aloof teacher who was, you know, he's not necessarily like super proficient at magic, but he knows how to use magic in cool, unique ways. Because like that was really cool when he starts talking about like, oh yeah, like if you kind of fuck up the incantations like this, you know, like, you know, the magic works differently. And it's like, oh, you know, but you know,
yes,
he
that
isn't
is
skilled enough.
that is cool, but it also goes against everything he's saying right before he says that. Where he's like, it's actually just triggering something in your brain. And I'm like, that's stupid. You're stupid. And that idea of this being the founding block of this fucking universe is terrible. Where he's like, oh, it's just a mental trigger with your subconscious. So that way you can cast magic. It's like, that's stupid. Fine, whatever. And then he goes, but if you pause at certain parts, it always works the same way. And I'm like, that doesn't make fucking sense.
They can do both, Stan. It doesn't matter.
No, they can't. Those are two completely opposing ideas.
I didn't even think about that. 'Cause
Yeah, no,
It drove me fucking nuts. I'm like, okay, that's your dumbass cornerstone for this, where you think you're woke as shit because you're like, nah, man, it's not just magic. It's about triggering your subconscious mind. And then after that, he's like, but if you pause at the right moment, it fucking turns into a really cool fireball. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't fucking make sense.
Well, he had to trigger his mind by talking weird.
I would love it if he actually just changed his voice. If he was like, hey, class, but did you know? If you sound like this, then it's even more powerful. Like, then that would be funny, right?
Right.
Like, that would lean back into being counter to the genre and kind of funny against its own.
So, Dan, would the series be 10 out of 10 if he was Jerry Jewell?
Every series would be 10 out of 10 if it was Jerry Jewell.
Honestly, I think Monica Rial's character should have been Jerry Jewell. It's a real missed opportunity.
You're correct.
He's not kidding.
I'm not. Jerry Jewell, marry me.
Okay, so Bob, will you go half and half on me to get a Jerry Jewell Dakimakura pillow for Dan?
I don't think anyone will sell that.
We can have them custom made. I've looked online.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's be real. Jerry Jewell is not an attractive man, and I'm fairly sure Jerry Jewell realizes this. Both him and Colin Clinkenbeard have disappointed me heavily, which is not fair. It is very superficial and very judgmental, but it still happened. You're not as handsome as Jimmy.
What if we can, like, give it like a little voice box, so that way when you squeeze it, it'll just have Jerry Jewell quotes.
That's not enough to work against his face.
What Dan's saying he really wants is a Jimmy body pillow.
Yes. Yeah. No irony here. No sarcasm. Whatever, sure. But what would work better is if you could get lines from Ryan Gosling movies read by Jerry Jewell on a body pillow that is Ryan Gosling. That would be 10 out of 10 right there.
All the quotes are from Young Hercules.
Yeah, because that's the only time he fucking talks. I was about to say good luck getting lines from Ryan Gosling
I
movies.
assume he talks in La La Land. I assume. I haven't seen it.
It's a musical. He has to at least sing a few things.
Are you sure he could just keep dancing and doing pouty lips? I mean, it's kind of like Blade Runner.
Yeah, he really didn't have to talk in Blade Runner. They'll just do the cut where he doesn't have the monologue, and it'll be fine.
Exactly. It'll be great. It'll be better. It'll be more authentic.
I keep forgetting that he's going to be in Blade Runner. I keep forgetting there's a fucking new Blade. I don't want a new Blade Runner.
I don't consider Blade Runner sacred at all. Because it is sort of like this cornerstone for this fucking genre of aesthetic, Yeah. So
Right.
like, just by being that, it has been bastardized already. Who fucking cares? Just the existence of what's that actor's name? Whatever, main character from the first one.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. I was like, Harry. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. In any case, just him being in the second movie has done more damage to that first movie's allegedly deep plot.
Yeah, I am like, that is my big issue, because if it were just another story set in that universe, that could be really cool. When it is a actual sequel, like it is, like no, like we were continuing the story of Decker Kane. Oh, shit, not Decker Kane. Shit, what the hell is that? I forgot the character name from.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, anyhow, Harrison Ford, like you're continuing his story from the first movie. It's like, no, fuck off. You fuck off. You leave that goddamn first movie alone.
It's not continuing his story, but he is showing up in this other story.
Which is probably very similar to his story.
Here's the amazing thing. It seems like because, Harrison Ford's in the second movie, that the fan theory that he was a fucking replicant is thus false, because he would have broken down decades ago.
Right.
But then it looks like the plot of the new movie is that the new main character, Ryan Gosling, is a new age replicant, and that's supposed to be mind-blowing. And it's like, my God, could you have fucked up more?
Right. Like
that's like the most, that's like the least interesting fucking plot point you could have done for a goddamn Blade Runner sequel.
Well, yeah, because that's allegedly the plot of Blade Runner.
Right, and it's been fully fleshed out because of this fan series that have gone for the past 30 plus years.
Yeah, but see, now instead of it being kind of like subtext and things that, people could read in and interpret, now it's just going to be text. Now they're just going to fucking say it. Now they're probably going to fucking monologue at great fucking length telling you how fucking smart it is.
I think they're going to shout. I don't think that it's going to monologue. That's a bit too self-indulging, and I'm worried this one won't be self-indulging enough. Like the whole, like, all these memories will be lost, like Tears in the Rain thing. That is what I love about Blade Runner 1. This fucking insane chase scene concludes with a fucking robot just lecturing the shithead. He's like, you're gonna kill me. You realize I'm gonna die anyways, right? And that my fucking enormously vast and powerful brain with all of these thoughts will be lost to history while your shitheel self is still here. But the second movie isn't going to do that. But hey, would you recommend Akashic magical piece of shit bastard rat man to anyone ever?
I wouldn't.
Bob. Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
Never.
Not really.
No. You think about the other animes you've recommended this season, you're still like, Akashic, nah.
Yeah.
Can't pull the trigger.
It's just, I didn't even really laugh that much for the first episode. Like, I thought some of the gags were okay, but I don't think this series was for me at all.
Jay?
I will recommend the first episode dubbed, and that is it. You watch the first episode, you pretend that it was a one-shot standalone thing. Pretend it was like an
it's a pilot.
Pretend it was like an OVA from the 90s. They made one, they weren't able to get it funded and off the fucking ground. And there you go. And then afterwards, you go watch Slayers, which is a good fantasy fucking light novel series. It's gonna be animated like shit, but it's really fucking well written and goddamn funny.
I mean,
creative.
you're coming right from Akashic. You're not gonna notice too much of a difference.
Right, I mean, you won't be fucking distracted by shitty CGI like every 30 seconds.
Nah.
Damn, what did you think of it?
I would maybe recommend it. I would say I would give it like you give it a grade, right? It's either a C or B minus, where I'm like, it could go downhill from here, man. So don't fucking take this as a watch the whole series. It'll be fine. But
I mean,
given the first 4 episodes, how it was, I think watching the last 3 of those was worth getting just the first episode, because I did find the first episode really funny. I didn't think it was brilliant or anything, but I enjoyed how much the main character worked against the plot and the whole genre. And
God, I
watching
really
the downfall of that was kind of sad. The end of the first episode was honestly one of the most brutal parts to me, because it's like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
At all. Why do you think? And then it just keeps repeating that joke over and over. And it's like, no, what are you doing? But I feel like it improves slightly from there. And then, like, depending on how much you care about universe continuity and combat making sense and all of that, it could be the worst goddamn anime ever after that. So I can see why Bob wouldn't recommend it, because holy shit.
Yeah,
there's so many problems with the cornerstone of the mythos. There's so many problems with the combat. Dude, there's problems with where people are 1 second to the next.
Yeah, the spatial, some of the spatial stuff is a little weird.
I was harping on it the whole time about they just traveled like 2 floors, 2 flights of stairs in like a second.
She flew up there and then still had enough magic to dispel it.
I think she just runs really fast.
She was all
and
like,
so does the teacher, and so does everyone else.
And also the main girl or white cat. She has the freaking cat headband thing. And there's like no one else in the universe that does that. So it's just really weird. I thought she was a cat girl for like the first 2 episodes.
It's something that's unique for her that makes her stand out.
Yeah, I feel like the
weird.
gropey thing in the first episode and that design aesthetic thing with her, that design idea with her, are both just fucking shallow ass audience grabs.
Yeah.
You know, she's not even like bitchy anymore. Because, like, she started off
she's kind of soon.
Yeah, they're still the soons array.
See, I don't think so, because I feel like they dropped the soon part, like, after he started being, after, like, they kind of got along, she just kind of dropped that part of her character.
I don't know. 4 kind of drops it, but it's still there in 3.
Yeah. I think 4 just didn't have time for it, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and they're kind of paying attention to people that aren't him in the grand scheme of things. Like, he's not actively doing much. I mean, even still, he tried... Yeah. Also, 4's ending is kind of terrible. With the whole, like, oh, don't try too hard, sweetie. You should just give up. And it's like, wow, fuck you, anime.
Yeah, that was so character-breaking and awful.
Yeah.
This show wasn't good. Like, I really wish I could have seen the rest of this series after episode 1. because I feel like I didn't get the rest of that show. I got some other show. Like, some guy came in, wrote like a really good first episode to hook people in, and then some people started adapting the fucking novels, which were fucking garbage.
So what if the light novel series is fucking brilliant, and all of this shit we're complaining about is the goddamn anime?
There's always the possibility.
Yeah.
Which always kills me with this stuff.
Hey guys, if you know of a translation of the light novel adaptation, just let us know. Leave a comment.
I hear there's a site that does that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a whole community for that, because light novels
you got some tactically acquired light novels.
I don't.
But you know where I can find some. You have a guy?
I have a guy.
Good. Yeah, maybe we should check in on that. Just give it a light read and do the WeeaBoots book club.
Oh my god.
I mean, I would try to read it. I'd be curious.
Oh no, I'm illiterate still.
See, spot, run.
Todo kete.
Hey, we didn't talk about the intros and outros yet.
Oh, we didn't get intros and outros for a very long time in this show.
You get to see the intro for the first time ever at the end of episode 3.
Yes.
You get to see the outro for the first time ever at the end of episode 4. So we only got to see the intro twice and the outro once. Having said that, I like the intro.
It's all right.
I think it's like,
I think it has a good poppy, like pop rock energy to it. That like, it's one of those things that like, it could definitely get me pumped for this show if I gave a shit about this show by episode 4.
I feel like the intro's a B. Like, it's not excellent. I wouldn't be like, this is a hallmark. This isn't like something I'll be like, you know what was a great intro? This. Like, I would never do that. But I would be like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I feel like the intro is really ugly. Like, it constantly uses just still frames. It looks bad.
Well, see, cheap and ugly, I think, are two different things. Because, I mean, like, the still frames, I feel like, they're spaced out enough to where it's just like, oh, you're looking at a bunch of still frames. And I feel like there's enough animation going on in this intro. And the animation, like, when it's doing that, which is the majority of the intro, it does look pretty solid. It looks better than the rest of the show overall, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it looks better than the rest of the show, but that, like we've said, that doesn't say much.
I don't know if it looks better than the rest of the show, to be honest.
You're right.
I can't remember too many parts in the rest of the show where they just hold on a still frame.
It doesn't look like the quality of animation I expect from an intro.
Right.
And
I can see that.
I mean, the song's okay. But yeah, I didn't like it because of the visuals.
Yeah.
But I was like, I fucking hate still frames. No, the outro.
God, the outro is like laughable. That's easily the worst outro we've seen this season.
I think it's the worst outro we may have seen in WeeaBoots because it was just so lackluster.
I mean, visually.
Yeah.
I don't know. The song was definitely not the worst song I've heard in WeeaBoots. Good God. That is a high bar. Yeah. I don't even know how to begin judging that by blowing my brains out. I didn't leave either the intro or the outro just literally angry at the people who made it, which puts it better than some of the intros I've seen this season. I think we all know I'm not exactly a fan of Soccer Quest's intro song.
Right.
Because nothing says cynical like hitting the same 3 notes on a piano over and over and over and over.
Okay, not to bring it, so...
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, it gets a B. Like, yes, it does still frame more than you would want in an intro. An intro should just be budget galore, but the song was
instead we have
good.
A Lost Universe style intro.
No, that's not done, and it knows. Lost Universe tells you it's like, hey, I'm not done.
Yeah, this one's just not done, and they're not planning to finish it.
Come back in 12 episodes, maybe then.
So. Yeah. Recently, Agro was watching Sakura Quest, and I got to like hear the intro theme again. I was just like, "Good lord, this is so obnoxiously grating. The vocals are so nasally and obnoxious." And I'm like, "God, no wonder I didn't fucking remember this."
Like, and the thing is, like, when I described it as Panic at the Disco's second album, but more cynical and poppy, that is literally what I think. I think some people hear Panic at the Disco's second album and they hear the intro to Sakura Quest. Literally, they're like, "That's not how a piano works." Stop it.
But yeah, I definitely just
it's very grating. Like, but yeah. In any case, yeah, I'd probably recommend. I'll recommend this anime. Its music isn't terrible in the anime. In fact, in general, I'd say the music was okay. Like, there aren't any, like, man, this theme's awesome, but how often do I run into that in fucking anime?
Yeah, I mean, like, the music definitely didn't stand out to me.
Right, everything just felt like this is the theme for, it's sad, and this theme for...
It's a but
it's
like,
not.
This is the action. This is the joke scene. This
yeah. You're theming music, but still, it doesn't come off as cheap or unprofessional enough for me to hit the point where I'd literally just describe it as this is the sad theme.
I don't know. The sad theme when he was talking about his past was pretty bad.
We watched a comic got kill on this podcast.
You know,
Look, we don't bring it.
No, everything's relative.
And also,
We will judge things between a comic got kill and Watamote.
when you were saying freaking, what was it? There was some part where you were,
yeah, it was the intro to an episode where it had organ blaring.
right? That sounded great.
It did not sound Excel Saga bad. And that's the thing. When I think of memorable in-episode themes in anime, it's the worst sounding shit ever. Like, I think of Excel Saga and Yakitate Japan, neither of which sound especially great.
Right.
Like, definitely Yakitate sounds better than Excel Saga, but that's because Excel Saga came out of a Casio keyboard from the 80s.
It was just parodying popular songs.
God, fucking shit.
Yeah, freaking, I'm gonna say, like,
Yeah.
Yakitate Japan has a way better soundtrack than it has any fucking business having. It is a fucking show, a shonen action parody about baking bread for 69 episodes, and its soundtrack is fucking awesome.
This soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, like, I mean, like every time, like, a theme kicks in like, fucking Yakitate, you're like, oh, man, it's like...
But see, here's the thing. Like, compositionally, it's pretty good, but, like, the instruments, like a lot of music from Japan, sounds a little, like, cheap and thin. Like, I don't know, it just sounds...
But I feel like it has, like, a bit of iconography to it. Like,
it stole,
you know, when,
We Will Rock You. Yeah, I remember the...
Yeah, that was great, too. But, I mean, like, there's several themes. Like, whenever the theme kicks in, it's like, oh, it's that theme. Like, you know, you can easily associate, like, all these themes. Like the themes to this show, I could never... Like, I don't think, like, even by the end of it, I would even be able to even recall a theme from it.
And that's sort of the thing. Like, I think back on basically every anime we reviewed for WeeaBoots, and I have trouble.
Yeah, I feel like they don't stand out that often. Like, there are certain shows that do it really well, like, say, Samurai Champloo or something, where it's just, they're great.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Shit. I love every theme, intro, outro for Watamote, and I don't even think the themes in the episodes were ever.
Yeah, no. I can hardly remember them.
I want to use Slayers as a good example again. No, because going back,
if you weren't a 16-year-old fucking piece of shit, you'd be watching. Sorry, I cut you off.
I didn't do it this time. He did it. He is slandering my mediocre name.
I'm Hail Zion. TVC's dumb. And you're dumb for liking it, but I'm smart for liking it.
Yeah, that basically that is basically spoilers for every Dragon Ball review I've ever done. Thanks, fucko.
You're welcome. What about Slayer?
I was gonna say Slayer's like it's music. Like I haven't watched Slayers in several years now, and like
several minutes now.
like I think the last time I watched it was probably like when I first. Well, I mean before.
Before that. Okay.
Yeah. Before watching it this most recent run a couple days ago. Like I think like the last time I watched it before that was like before you and I lived together. Like that was what 7 years ago now.
So
something crazy like that. Like in going back to that show, like just. All those themes, like, I still, like, as soon as I heard them, I was like, oh, it's this theme. Oh, it's that theme. Oh, you know, like the mere fact that these themes have stuck with me. And, like, once again, like, you know, like, and they don't sound great. They're not mixed well, but, you know, they stand out. And I thought that was really, like, because I was surprised, like, just by how much I remembered Slayer's music and how much it actually stood out. Because prior to this rewatch, I wouldn't have thought that I would have remembered Slayer's music as well as I do, but yeah.
A lot of that you have to wonder if it's because it came at you in a more formative years of consuming media, and I always wonder about that all the time.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Like, how much is it that Pokemon Silver soundtrack is fucking incredible, and how much of it is that was some sweet ass fucking Z80 chip processor music back in when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Right. There's always that fear that you're just blamed by nostalgia, but at the same time. A lot of those things had more going on composition-wise, I feel.
I mean, Yakitate sure as fuck did.
Right. Yeah. Like, I was thinking back, like, that reminded me of Kenshin's themes. Like, I know a ton of those.
Yeah, me too.
And again, they're cheap instruments. They don't sound great.
Oh, no, they sound... Yeah. But the vocals sound recorded terribly.
Well, not even just the intros and outros.
Wait, there's other themes? Oh, right, that one that goes...
Exactly. it's super memorable.
Yeah, and honestly,
Oh, no.
like and unlike Bob, like I when I saw Rurouni Kenshin, I saw like its original run on Toonami, hadn't seen it forever. I started watching it on Netflix like a few months back. I was just like, oh, like once again, like you had all those themes that just popped back into my head. I'm like, oh crap, like and like every theme stuck out
maybe
so
it's because
vividly.
themes back then were more comfortable, and anime directors were more comfortable with them peacocking. Where like the do 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 is kind of like the Yakitate.
I feel like Kill la Kill actually did pull some good music.
Dude,
stuff.
Kill la Kill soundtrack's fucking Kill a Killer.
Yeah, that's right.
So good.
Yeah.
I was like watching that. I'm like, God damn, this fucking music's good.
And they're fully willing to just show in the lyrics
vocals
and everything.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is, I mean, like fucking Gurren Lagann did it too. I think it's just that director.
Right.
Like that director specifically, like Imaishi, I think it is. Like like he's just he just wants to go for the coolest, most stylish anime.
Yeah.
And
smart.
it really it makes it more memorable. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
but we're never we haven't hit any of those heights we just talked about in all of WeeaBoots.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of stuff that we end up seeing these days is a lot of generic boilerplate, just whatever.
Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're promising, hey Dan, if you go make a fucking indie film, you make sure that music fucking peacocks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
No matter how fucking weird it is for these people to be having a dialogue scene and then some ripping guitar just like wee.
Yeah, so this just reminded me of like even with video games. Compare like the Lords of Shadow Castlevania games to classic Castlevania.
Me think about Lords
I'm sorry. I gotta do this to you. I'm sorry. We have to like dig up some old wounds, like cut that shit back open just to examine this.
I hate you so much.
But you have fucking Lord of Shadow's music.
This was a safe space.
No.
I stopped talking about video games for like an hour here, and you still fill it with Lords of Shadow. Yeah, the Lords of Shadow music has no sense of melody whatsoever. The only song they remixed was fucking Castlevania 4, and the song, I shit you not, just goes doom doom.
Yeah, it's a fucking music box theme. It's weird.
Gling, gling, doom doom, gling. And it's like, yeah, you had 20 years of fucking great music, and that's what you pulled.
Totally liked. It really stood out to us.
So, like, you
I
look
didn't
back,
choose it at random, I swear.
you look back at all the older Castlevanias, from the very first one all the way up to Order of Ecclesia. Like, technically, instrumentally, those are simpler songs, but they stick with you so much more than anything from Lords of Shadow, because Lords of Shadow, everything just kind of bleeds and blends together and falls into the background, and you don't even notice it.
Yeah.
Where, like, everything has, like, like all the older Castlevanias, each theme, each section had, like, this iconic standout theme that just really like really kind of embodied like that moment in the game, or in each part of those games.
I would say Opus 13 flies in the face of that, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Whether or not it fits doesn't matter, because you remember it because it's, one, really good music, and two, has a great melody.
Yeah. And
none of
shit, even like getting out of the realm of anime and video games, Thundercats. When they remade Thundercats for 2011, they went for the big orchestral score.
I forgot that happened. Oh my god, they remade Thundercats.
When they remade Thundercats, they went for this big orchestral score, and technically it's better music, I guess, air quotes. But I can't remember a single theme from that show, But like anytime I would go back to Thundercats, like the original series, like every single character had their own theme. Every single like type of moment had its own theme,
and all of that music peacocks hard.
Yeah, like it's this crazy awesome synth that just it sticks with you. It's so damn memorable, and just anime like a lot. I feel like a lot of like pretty much every anime we fucking watched so far. For this podcast, the entire time we've been doing this, I can't think of a single fucking show that we've done that's had a soundtrack remotely as good as anything we've already mentioned.
A lot of the directors make the mistake of thinking their dialogue needs to be the focus at that moment, and holy shit, are they wrong?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah, fuck this idea that like that music needs to just kind of fall into the background and not be noticed. Like the best soundtracks are the ones you don't notice. No, fuck you, because if you don't want your music to be noticed, don't have a motherfucking soundtrack. It worked great for Alien.
We're all going on a field trip. Just have that going.
Field trip. Oh.
Yeah, the whole movie. Just fucking play that in the background. But in any case, We really got off topic.
Yes,
I
we
guess
did.
this podcast is ending here. Thanks for listening to this episode of WeeaBoots. Go check out our video game coverage on Gigaboots.com or on YouTube, and consider becoming a patron. Jay is Hail Xeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Lukkash. Go check out more music by Lukkash at www.lukkash.com.
Summer Soul!
Next WeeaBoots pick! Blame. Gigaboots has been brought to you by the remarkable generosity of Nicholas Cameron and Vincent Pover. And Cywolf. Go to patreon.com/Gigaboots and support Gigaboots today.